we have just climbed in a giant hole in the ground. Robert here, Weekend Escapades. Today we're headed to Arizona to look for a mysterious sinkhole in the desert. But before that, we're going to start with some delicious blackout coffee. And we're going to enjoy a delicious breakfast as well, a nice hearty one before we hit the road. The weather's a little wet today, but in Arizona, it's supposed to be a little nicer. Let's head out. Shouldn't have unraveled this rope. I'm just having to redo it. I sure hope we actually need the rope because it was a lot of work to just get this together, but you know what? You never know when you're going to need some rope. Man, it's really slippery. All right, well, this is it. We are headed into Cedar Pocket Sinkhole, and some call it the Beaver Dam Sinkhole. Either way, it's a huge hole in the ground, that's for sure. I'll tell you what, this is not a smooth road. It's kind of washed out too. Hope it doesn't start raining. Might get worse. What is that?
Where they do cattle?
I don't know. It's got a white gate on it too. A metal around it. So we found the fork in the road, and according to the map, it should be this road to the left. And then it kind of goes down and switches back. So we're gonna see what we can do, how bad this road is.
Wait.
Ooh, this is a bad spot in the road right here. But if you go nice and easy, you can do just about anything. We are definitely pushing it to the limits with a van.
How does something like that even appear?
I guess what it was, it happened where limestone gets eaten away by water. But in here, it's different because there's not limestone. It's called gypsum. And so not limestone groundwater, but the gypsum groundwater. So this eroded the surface, and eventually it created a big void, and then boom, it just literally fell in and made this giant sinkhole. It appears we have found what we're looking for. And I'll tell you, it looked a little bigger on a satellite view of what it was, and then a couple people have filmed it. It looked a lot bigger, so we're gonna get closer and take a look at it, see if we can get in there. We could back up and tie off right here. Do you think we need to tie off to get in there, or just go right in?
I think we definitely need rope.
Well, we've got the rope. Once you get right there, you're okay. Is this initial drop right here?
Yeah. I back up and just drop in here.
Let's do it. All right, so we're just going to use the rope just to help us get down, just in case, because it gets a little slippery there. More than welcome to use the rope if you want to. Go in there. I've read online, they'll go, yeah, you might want to bring a rope, and I was like, oh, I doubt it. And so I said, no, I'm going to go to Harbor Freight real quick, just in case. But this first 20 feet's probably a little steep. Yeah?
That's what I said when I first got. What? There's some guys down there?
Man, it's really slippery. You know what? All this is black because people have campfires down here, and then all the smoke is on the top. You go, oh yeah, look at that big campfire areas right there on the ground. Yeah? This is awesome. What a huge... So this is all caused by runoff and erosion. That is crazy. I'm gonna try and watch my footing and get down here. My goodness, it is slippery right here. And I ran out of rope. No, don't try to film something funny like me falling and dying or anything. This is, maybe I'm not as sure-footed as others, but I'm telling you, it is slippery. Get down here. It's like some people have been lighting off some fireworks down here. Big old Roman candles. Whew. Nice. So this was one big hole. You can see it was a smaller hole right up here. And then this behind us, of course, it's deeper where it was sunk. But what happened is this caved in right over here. And because that caved in, that's where all this loose dirt is. It fell in from here because it used to just be one ring at the top. And it was hard to get in here. So that fell because it was really steep and it just eroded down. Let's hope that doesn't happen again. There's some big cracks in the wall. At one point there was like a makeshift shrine down here, and it looked like somebody was standing down here looking up. And the gentleman at the top just showed me a photo of that last time he was here. That's crazy.
In here,
Look at that.
like stale.
Yeah. Musty in there. Well, this is interesting. Definitely worth the drive, but I'll tell you what, the van made it with no problem if you go really slow, but I would not bring a car of any kind out here unless you've got some clearance. I think the Subaru would make it because we've been some crazy hairy places with that. But this is definitely difficult to get to. And I think that's, yeah, the giant bird's nest up there. That's big. Kind of strange to think that when you're down here looking at all this, it's just a giant hole, but this was all solid at one time and then it just eroded from the water coming through here and taking out all the gypsum. But these giant rocks are still here full of cracks, and it makes you wonder if they're going to fall in again or if this is going to cave in anytime soon. So there's a lot of sand down here too, and it's like loose shale. But at the same time, there's a lot of rock, and this bottom is extremely smooth. There's been a lot of people that camp down here. I don't know if I think I'd be worried about being down here, you know, the whole time, worried that this thing was going to cave in, especially when it starts raining. Strange to think that this rock that's around us actually fell in at one time, or the gypsum, it caved it in. So if you actually camped in here, how solid is it? And what would stop it from caving in again? Again, with those big cracks that are in the rock. There's a solid, you know, kind of a foundation below our feet, but it's all covered with sand. But it's really level down here. And knowing that the water ran through here and ran out, just makes me wonder if it could happen again, and when will the rest of it fall in? I don't think I'd stay down here very long. There's been a couple of vehicles pull up since we've been here, but not that many people. We didn't see anybody on the road. But of course, when you get down in here, all of a sudden you notice that you know, people are out here side by side and pull up to see it because it's a really popular road for doing that. But this is an amazing sinkhole. I mean, it's way bigger than it looks from the top. And it goes in and kind of makes this cave. Very interesting. One thing for sure is when you're down here, it shows all the different layers of the stone and sand that makes up the earth. And a lot of it has disappeared. I wonder if when it rains really hard here, looks like it's going to today actually, but when it does, I wonder if the water gets in here and settles, because it's really dry down here. But you got to wonder with that big hole if the water actually does run in here. So what do you think now that we're down here?
Well, it's a lot farther down, a lot deeper than I expected.
That's for sure. You know, I didn't think it was going to be as tough to get down here. It doesn't look that steep probably on camera, but it's extremely steep and slippery, isn't it?
Yeah, it's really hard to get down.
Well, hopefully we're going to do good getting back up. This place is massive. Say thanks for following along. Appreciate the like and subscribe to the channel for more like this. But this is one exciting destination that we've came to. Well, Lisa's sure-footed. She's getting right up there. Me, I'll probably struggle just a little bit. Better look at that nest. Those sticks are pretty big. That almost looks like an eagle nest or something that size. That's no little bird. Head it up. Go ahead. Well, that's going to do it from Cedar Pockets in this giant sinkhole out in the middle of the Arizona desert. And until the next adventure, goodbye from Weekend Escapades. We'll see you in the next one. Whew. This road is certainly rough. Sure glad we made it out.